Another great release that's going to be extremely overlooked. Will they be postponed? I'm not sure, but I hope not. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these bad boys right here. I'm not sure what they're actually officially being called. On the box label it says Air Jordan 1 Low 85 White Black, but originally this colorway came from the Metallic pack. First things first, this is the box, standard Air Jordan 1 box. However, it's very thin. I don't remember my other 85 lows coming in a box this thin. They could have, and I just haven't bought a pair in a while, but I honestly cannot remember. However, I think this is great because it's more like the original release way back when. Speaking of the original release, they also added the tag back, which is awesome. So this right here was not on the white and metallic blues. It was not on the white and gray lows either. And when you open it up, it talks about all of the tech specs. Now, as far as the shoe is concerned, this was originally released as a high top, part of the Metallic series back in 1986. For those of you guys that don't know or don't remember, the Air Jordan 1 had a slew of colorways. They debuted in 1985 at retail, ran through 1986, hence getting the Air Jordan 2 late 1986, but primarily in 1987. And this is an interesting release because this was kind of a relic in the original run of Air Jordans, or Air Jordan 1s. A lot of people, including myself, didn't even know that these existed until pretty recently. I always just thought when I'd see these things that they were just the metallic blues, because they'd always be f***ed up. Like half of the metallic sheen would be flaked off. You wouldn't even know what color they were. It was just one of those shoes where it was interesting to know later on. There was like, what? The Metallic series. There's another? So yeah, this is an interesting release, first time retro, and they're not in original form. Some people might think that that's a bad thing. I don't really think it's a bad thing. I think it's kind of good only because when the white and metallic burgundies actually retroed for the first time pretty recently, they were not well received, which is why those black toes have been postponed, by the way. The Air Jordan 1 hype has completely died off, which I think is awesome, mostly because I actually like Air Jordan 1s. But for all the people that were just along for the hype train, those guys are all gone. And we've explained this before, but the way that the brands have to operate with manufacturing footwear like this is that it usually is about 2 years out from the actual release. So they've got people at the brand that are sitting there crunching numbers, trying to guesstimate what future demand is going to look like. They don't want to underdo it, but they also don't want to overdo it. And that's exactly what's happening right now, is that when they were making these numbers up, this was pandemic time when everything was selling like hotcakes and reselling like hotcakes. And that's not the same economy that we are in right now. I think it's a good thing to have your product on shelf, personally. I think that that's exactly the reason why brands like Hoka, On, New Balance, Adidas, and so on and so forth are really crushing right now, is because Jordans weren't on shelves. But the brand has a different idea of what its own perception is. It feels like if it's not selling out instantly, that it's not actually going to be wanted. I don't think that that's true, and I think sales would actually prove that, because as stuff sits on shelves, yes, it does go on discount, but you'll see more trickled sales or long-term sales of that product, because people walk into store when they finally have time, they're like, oh, the new retro whatever it is, let me grab a pair. So again, are these going to be pushed? I don't know, but we'll see. Now, if you're looking at these and say something seems a little bit off, looking at the outsole, I get it. This was actually the way that they originally were. It's weird, but it is what it is. It's got that neutral gray bottom with a metallic black upper. Very strange. Speaking of which, these shoes do feature the greatest traction of all time, and that is attached to a rubber cup sole, the 1985 variety, by the way. So when you're looking at a product like this, and then the same brand is releasing product like this and calling it Air Jordan 1 Low OG, even though this is the true OG, it gets confusing. But anyways, it's got the 1985 version of the cup sole on there. It's amazing. Inside of that cup sole is a polyurethane wedge. Inside that wedge is an encapsulated air sole unit, all of which you would know if you opened up the little hang tag and it would show you everything that is inside. Yes, they are board lasted. No, they don't come with a polyurethane insole. What the they've really cheapened out. Not even shoes that you would think have polyurethane insoles have polyurethane insoles anymore. It's just, it's all bad, man. Is this a bad insole?
No, it's a toasted marshmallow.
Yes, but it's not horrible. It's just not great. You know what I mean? It's not the same as the 85 joints that were high tops and previously releasing. It's a little softer, but I prefer the dense stuff because it lasts longer and it gets better the more that you wear it. This will bottom out quicker. Again, this isn't bad, but it's not great. And then moving on up, the leather here, man, it's just fantastic, dude. Like, this is good shit. It smells good too. It smells just like those black toes, and it's the leather that you smell. You don't smell toxic glue. You don't smell weird stuff. It's straight up good materials. It smells like quality. I love it. If you have either of the previous Air Jordan 1 Low 85 releases, damn near the same stuff. It feels great. It breaks in so well. This stuff wears perfectly. They do come with 2 sets of laces. They are equipped just like the Black Toe, so they are straight up like already laced up in the shoe, just like they used to be back when the shoes originally released in the 80s, which I think is great. The tongue is not nylon. It's actually this interesting fabric material. Apparently the white-based colorways of the original Air Jordan 1 did feature this type of material, and then retros changed things up with the nylon. Except for the pairs that did feature a black tongue, those were nylon. The one thing that I will say is that I don't know if this is supposed to completely mimic the black metallics, because the black here, while it is got a light shine to it, or sheen, it's not metallic. It's not like the metallic blues where there's a little bit of a glittery look to it, you know what I mean? So I don't know if that's what they were going for. I don't know if that's a mistake, or if maybe those original versions of the white black are so old that maybe they never were metallic. I don't know. But either way, it looks great, and I think that this colorway is ultra wearable. Like this is so good, man. Like I love you so much. The branding on the heel is perfect. You can see the sizes and the factory numbers stamped on the inside liner just like they used to way back in the day. And yeah, every detail that they could like really pay attention to and focus on was executed in this release. I feel like this so far is the most perfect version of the Air Jordan 1 Low 85 that we've received. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, they do fit true to size. Whatever you typically wear, go with that one. These don't fit like the OG lows, this style, just in case you're confused like me. These fit a half a size big for some reason, so I go down half a size in these guys. The 85 lows don't skimp out on any of the padding back there, man. They got it in there, it's sculpted, it's amazing, feels great too. So yeah, true to size, down half a size. And with all that being said, what is today's question of the day? User submitted, by the way, so if you have a potential question of the day, leave it down below. And real quick, this shirt is available now over at Sense Apparel. We have a very few left, so if you missed out on the pre-order, links in the description.
Today you're going on a trip.
On a magic. How does it go?
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship.
That's right.
Zooming through the sky, little Einstein.
Climb aboard. Sorry.
Get ready to explore.
Little Einstein.
Okay, sorry.
If you could tell your 15-year-old self which shoe to buy/keep because of its future price or its sentimental value, which shoe would that be?
Well, I don't do the whole like whatever the price thing is. This whole market or whatever wasn't attached to footwear when we were kids, and it's not something that I ever think about. Are there a few like exceptions? Like if you had an original pair of this colorway in high top form in pristine condition and it would then be worth a ton of money right now, yeah, that'd be awesome. But like that's not what people were thinking about back in the day, at least not most of them. There's a few people that were like, ooh, I'm gonna keep this, and I don't know what I would like to talk to those people. Like, did they stash them in the closet and be like, oh, I forgot I bought those?
Well, time out. I'm going to give you some parameters.
You should have done this in the beginning.
Because the way that I read it was, hey, you get to go back and you're 15 and you have to think of what you would be able to purchase.
Oh, like if you're going back in time.
Yes.
Okay.
So I see where you went.
Okay.
But I'm saying, hey, you get to go back, you're 15.
And I'm gonna tell myself, grab the fucking eggplant flight posits before they ruin the fucking outsole mold forever.
Yeah.
Okay, that's probably what I would do. Although I don't know if I was 15 in 1999. I think I was a little...
You were about, because you turned 15 in 98.
Okay, so I would tell my 15-year-old self in 1999, there's gonna be this shoe with a zipper on it. It's gonna be purple. It's gonna blow your mind. Buy one.
Yep.
And then my 15-year-old self is gonna be like, we're poor, bro. I can't. So yeah, that's what would happen. What would you guys do? What shoe would you go back and tell your old self to buy for whichever reason and hold on to until today? It's like a time capsule.
Exactly.
But not. But sound off below and let us know. We would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for everything. We greatly appreciate it. We'll catch you guys on the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.